can tell that we're going to be in for a treat today. Off we go. Looks like we're going to have some congregation at upper sector 8. Oh, yes. Krovax and Dante landing directly on top of each other. I'm pretty sure Dante chased the Ranger down. Indeed, they landed on top of the roof together. Krovax forced off of it as Dante picked up a machine pistol and started chasing after him. And down he goes, following after with that Dragoon glide. He's not the only one that has a gun, though, as Scion dropped and found a revolver nearby. Dante has just been lit up. Krovax is lit up. Scion takes down Krovax. Dante's in a very tough position right now as Krovax is coming in on the way. Climbing up the boxes, does manage to dodge those bullets as Scion misses. He's only got one in the chamber left now, though, as Dante comes down and does not manage to get the melee off in time. Scion there with an early lead of 10 kills. Yenvon flies in on their Chocobo, comes in for the Choco kick, but does not manage to land it. Wisely choosing to rotate away after that. Talk about high velocity off the start.
Complete opposite of the last match.
Moving on up.
I was expecting to see some spear shenanigans coming out of Dante there, but instead he focused on the machine pistol instead. And Scion came by with that revolver, was able to finish him off because he came in on the blind spot.
Well, that's kind of what I mentioned is that Dante does like to play the more gun game on the Dragoon and uses it more for the height advantage rather than the melee.
He is certainly not afraid to use the melee, though. That's why he brings the Dragon's favor. Going up against those high aim marksmen, he likes to try and take the melee combat. But if he's not typing, I know that's going to be a thing. Certainly my kind of image with that too. Against those, against marksmen better than myself, I try not to keep it to as possible. As we like to say again and again, probably have to make a gospel up. This all about hitting the situation to your ideal scenario. So it's the most advantage of the skills that you have. We have a bit of a quiet moment once more. Scion even closing in on a couple of candidates. I'm eager to get the kill. And to pick up the Sense Bane as well. And seeing that gravity, you can only imagine what kind of shenanigans he might get up to. Sees Pink Teddy flying by on Bumbleblue, manages to land a nice chunk of damage on the Chocobo.
OG Proto was not here for game 1, but comes in and gets a kill on Protect the Brand there.
Having a rough time of it these couple of games, Protect the Brand. But OG showing that he is showing up to win. As we start cycling between everyone, see how their looting and leveling is going. Seeing yes, we have some people getting their early levels going. They've noticed that they have a clean drop. There's no gunfire anywhere near them. So they're going to take advantage of the time that they've got to try and get as much XP as possible. OG, on the other hand, though, has managed to find his next target, chasing Gwyn Blading down through the Mako reactor, hopping off his Chocobo, try and light up that choke of hers, but does not manage to get enough damage to knock her off. Oops. Wanted to switch to Gwyn.
Monsters.
OG is in hot pursuit right now. That Rainbow Bird is giving him superpowers. Gwyn Blading takes flight over this little factory area. And we have a high-speed pursuit across the streets of Plateside. Gwyn Blading desperately attempts to get away from OG. Runs into the open, heading into the highway is going to be a very interesting place. OG might have a chance to get off and light the bird up as Gwyn Blading starts running down the highway. Indeed, he gets off and starts shooting at Gwyn. Does not manage to knock them off their bird once more. They start running into the northern section. Gwyn is desperately trying to get away from this fight, but before too long, you might see. Actually, with the way everybody's moved, Gwyn might be very, very lucky. Nobody else is in this area right now.
But this also keeps both of them from farming.
Exactly. I mentioned it before. Like, this suppression only goes so far. They're chasing each other.
Right.
Gwen is running, OG is chasing, but neither of them are going to be able to get levels or get XP on their materia.
I mean, we talked about kills being important, but are they going to be this important? Only the rest of the match will decide.
It's a bold strategy, that's for sure. Ooh, OG does manage to close the distance again, though. Lights up Gwen Blading's Chocobo. Gwen Blading hops off, dismisses the Chocobo, hops on the bike, and drives away. OG also dismisses their Chocobo.
Yep. You see Pink
Pink
Teddy
Teddy
take down
found
Ducky
Ducky.
the Duck.
Scion is in the middle of conflict as well right now as we were watching that happen. Iju with the Thunderbolts down. I don't even know whose Chocobo that is right there. Iju casts down another Thunder, keeping Scion from using that corner again. A wonderful fire, taking Scion down to critical levels of health. Taking advantage of that card to pop down a potion into gravity, forcing Iju into an unfavorable angle.
I don't know if Edu
Scion
saw that gravity, but if he did, that's... Oh, that was so close.
That was a quick reaction if he did manage to see it. Another Thunder goes down to try and keep Scion from using any of this cover to his ninja advantage. Back on his Chocobo to get out of the way, using a wonderful job of utilizing his Chocobo to quickly relocate around the battlefield, keeping himself at a good distance from Scion that he's comfortable with. Although now that his trance is worn off, I wonder if he's going to keep his engagement going. And I think somebody else has just started to take fire. Indeed, who is 11? Laurent has found this conflict. Iju hops off his Chocobo again, leaving it in a compromised position, though, as Laurent could take the chance to open it. Well, Iju takes advantage of that lull in the action to dismiss it himself and get that to recover a little bit of health. Who's in a very tough location right now between Laurent and Scion on the roofs nearby. Scion... Oh, he's getting a little bit of loot in here, I see.
I'm doing great.
Oh, there's his Chocobo. Relocating over onto the next roof. Legit Vocals, attracted by the sounds of the fighting, is on his way in as well.
OG
We've
Virgo
got another
as well.
four-way five-way conflict going on in Upper Sector 7. This is the most action I've ever seen in this location, mind
Yes,
you.
there is a lot of people converging on this space right now.
That's right.
Legit Vocals has seen everybody here and decided to pass the situation by. Scion hops off his bird. Laurent forced off the roof, but does fake and climb back on. Hits Scion with that fireball and lands a couple of nice shots with that Inferno as Scion opens fire with the revolver, falling down the side of the building to remove himself from line of sight and pop a quick potion. Iju rotating out and away and engaging with OG off nearby.
Scion hit a beautiful shot on that Wrath on the way off the building there.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't quite a headshot, but it was definitely made Laurent question whether or not following was a good idea.
While those two were in a bit of a standoff, OG has managed to get Iju down to a very low amount of health for a second there.
This is Sorcerer
Opening
versus
fire and
Sorcerer here.
Sorcerer versus Sorcerer, and Iju has a... Oh, no, that's OG's Thunder, excuse me. I can't tell whose Thunder is going to be whose at this point. OG popping the trance. Iju did just use it a little bit ago, so it should come off cooldown soon. They both open fire with that lethal gaze. Another Thunder goes down. Up goes Iju's trance, and it is now a Trance Sorcerer, reverse Trance Sorcerer fight. The Cure, the fires, thunders. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to describe all the actions going on right now. We got a couple of green green nightsticks throwing fireballs at each other.
Ooh, there goes the fireball.
There goes the fireball. OG giving with another thunder. Ooh, the monsters come in to give OG the assist as Iju gets him down to dangerous levels of health. And speaking of dangerous levels of health, Iju is one bullet away as Laurent comes in and finishes it off. Wonderful relocation away from Scion to take off the rest of that fight, and Scion finishes off OG in the meantime. What a way for that Sorcerer v Sorcerer fight to end.
I don't even know, like, I saw Laurent sneaking up, and I was gonna mention it, but they were taking their time, and then sure enough, as soon as the fighting stops, Laurent is there and just like, haha, that's my kill, and then Scion takes the other side. That's prime third partying right there. That's exactly what you need to be aware of, and it's so hard. That's such a skill that like escapes so many competitors, and I mean we see the importance of it right here as Lost Soul takes down Gwen Blading.
Interesting that I pressed the triangle to go and switch to some random camera and it brought me to Lost Soul. Well, he's taking the time to hide in the corner, so we'll find out what's going on with that later.
Right, and everybody's kind of spread out now. Let's see how this is going to unfold the rest of the way.
Interesting to note that Scion is once again low on levels and low on material. So this was happening yesterday as well, where he's just not as focused on looting up until late into the game. and because of that, his loadout ends up suffering for that. He misses out on a little bit of the top-end firepower that a Firaga or a Thundaga would give him.
I would say,
Or
though,
fire.
if you have the skill level of Scion, you can loot at the mid-game instead of the early game.
Oh, sure, absolutely. As a general rule, though, for those of us who aren't as godly as some of these players, we need to get their levels and loot up early on. Not to say to avoid these early engagements, but to make sure you pick favorable ones. As Legit Vocals chases down Lost Soul, and Sparkles finds him on top of that roof right there, hops off with the Feather Sword and lands only the last hit of the combo. An arrow from Lost Soul launching Legit Vocals up into the air. Another round of water giving him a drink after he's landed. Both of them popping some healing. Oh, Lost Soul instead just uses a hide and drops off the side of the building. Fakes the land on the side of it instead. Legit Vocals gonna fall down after him.
No, he duped him.
He's not able to pick out where he's gone. That hide was able to hide him. Hops
Oh, he
down.
found him.
Oh, does not catch him on the side of the building.
No, but he found him. He saw him. He definitely saw him. There it is. Throw the
And
fireballs
it's
up.
only gonna take one well-placed fireball to knock him down off of there, and he's only got a limited space in where he can dodge to. So if Legit Vocal pulled out a gun instead, not much space he's gonna be able to go. Water ends up curving very, very wide and not taking the lock on that he was hoping for.
Yeah, I don't think it locked on. There you go. That one locked on. Only one bead hit, so he's gonna pop down with the Inferno now. He's gonna take the fight.
Gonna take the fight. Legit Vocals dashes in with that Feather Sword. Dash again, taking advantage of the melee combo for that. Fire knocking him back in a way. Does commit to the dunk, but doesn't get the damage of Arrow getting them up into the air, pulling Legit Vocals much higher up as Lost Soul stays on the ground, popping a cure, or excuse me, popping a potion, but it's not going to be enough. Legit Vocals just needs that one dash. Not able to hide away long enough from the Chocobo Feather.
So I respect the challenge from sorry, who just went down there? I already lost it. I thought Lost Soul. Is that who that was?
Also, yeah.
Yeah. So I respect the challenge from Lost Soul where it was up top and jumped down and waited for Legit to charge in and then jumps up with the fireball for the punish and tries to follow up with the gun. Unfortunately, the gun is an Inferno LMG, so you can't quite get enough damage to come out from that gun. If it was Dissonance Bane, I think that follow-up would have been beautiful, but the slow fire rate of the LMG that close up is not going to pull it off, and Legit, with the sword, the dash is just too clean, as we see Legit pulling up on Yenvon fighting the Sentinel. Yenvon did finish off the Sentinel, tries to throw the hoverboard, can't quite land it as Legit tries to get the kill, but Yenvon comes back in for a kick! Yenvon tried to come back in for a Chocobo kick because he wants all this loot. But now the bird, Scion is lighting up Less Than Ghost.
I've been watching this fight the entire time. Less Than Ghost has been suppressed behind this wall and inside of that building, using blind thunder and chakra field to keep himself alive in this situation as long as he has.
I was trying to say that Pink Teddy took out Legit's bird at the end of that fight too. That's what I was trying to say.
Scion coming down with the fire. Less Than Ghost doing a wonderful job of slowly relocating himself from that dangerous position on the edge of the ring, rotating back into the zone. He's gonna have to move even faster now as Scion hops on his bird and starts riding away. Gets to a very nasty position though. Less Than Ghost is going to be stuck out way in the open as he attempts to get away from this right now. His red fist has already been triggered, so he has that extra movement speed, and a blind manages to secure his escape into the building. His run's not over yet though, as he's standing to cross over the street now. Does get into a Jeep to drive away though.
I will say I believe that was not a kill because of a misplay by Scion. Scion was lighting up Ghost, but fell off the side of the building before it could follow up. But this is a three-way fight right here. Let's swap over. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Pink Teddy and Yenvon are doing their thing. Legit Vocals pops in, blows the blast gears off of Yenvon, who immediately retreats off the top of the highway. Pink Teddy following down after him as that thunder follows him down from Legit Vocals. That's a couple of MP that's wasted up on top of the mountain, or up on top of the highway there. A fireball follows Pink Teddy over the wall as Yenvon has just found Less Than Ghost on the side of this building here, which means Scion's going to be not far behind. A gravity from Pink Teddy catches Legit Vocals as he comes over the walls, running from each other as the Rush Warriors are engaged with each other. Ooh, Legit Vocals had a couple of very nice swings right there, though. Going to be harder for Pink Teddy to get away from that dash. The rush dash combo from that first hit of the melee is devastating and almost impossible to get away from.
Yeah,
Scion has a run. Cyan has arrived and has opened fire on Yinvan, getting a little bit of damage down and off. Wait, 11. Who's up here? Oh, Laurent got some damage down. Excuse me. Yinvan is launched out in the open, is stuck in a bad place, but a teleport quickly gets him out of danger. Well placed, but not out of range of Laurent, who's opening fire from the building nearby. Yinvan is just barely safe away from those people, and X Potion is going to bring him up to full health before too long. Laurent, in a very devastating position, is able to stay safe in all of this engagement right here. Legit Vocals pushing across the highway to try and join in on this action, using Yinvan's teleport to join in, finding Less Than Gauche in the bottom of the wall, finds him in the blind, and catches him down with a fire sword combo. Meanwhile, Cyan has been chasing Yinvan this entire time, whose blast gear throws Cyan off from shooting him much more than he would really like to. A hoverboard getting him up over the wall and out of danger, rotating back and away. And he's using the boxes and the cars as cover to break line of sight as much as possible. That Cyan is not going to be able to shoot him on the way out. Meanwhile, Legit Vocals is forcing Laurent to make a decision: stay on this building or leave. Or stay on this building or face the consequence, and indeed Laurent decides to leave. Now Cyan is going to be looking at Legit Vocals, who is out in a little bit exposed right now, as he's going to look to try to climb over this wall. Cyan opens fire with the Timber Rifle, lands a couple of shots, Legit climbing over the wall right there, and takes another one up the butt. Climbing over. He's rotating around and trying to chase down Laurent, who has hopped off the bird, immediately tries to open fire with that Inferno. And Legit Vocals comes in with the sword, hops on the bird. Laurent immediately shoots it dead. I don't think Legit was expecting that, as he drops to a very, very low health quickly. Does not manage to land with a full warrior combo, but the Firaga afterwards does connect, chasing Laurent up on top of the building, who was healing and could not take advantage of that mantle animation. Legit Vocals taking full advantage of that dash to take another kill.
Laurent does a good job of getting a lot of fire onto Legit Vocals, but then follows the warrior around the corner, and Legit just resets, turns around, and uses the sword. Same thing he's been doing the entire match, just clean and cut.
Clean and cut. He's got his strategy, and he's going to stick to his not so existent guns in this case. Ooh, a Thunder triggers that last blast gear from Yinvan, who takes time to stop and loot the supply drop in the middle of Cyan and Vocals.
That takes courage. All that fighting.
He does it again. Cyan takes down Legit. Cyan takes down Yinvan. Yinvan's trying to get in the revival ring, but it's not going to be in time. And Cyan waits for him to get up and opens fire again, but does not manage to land the kill. The fire clinches it off, though.
He almost teleported away!
Yeah. He almost teleported away.
I will say, looting the box, getting the revival ring, just gave Yinvan a second place in a row. So
I think
you question
I think
the
that's the reason why it's banned for the tournament.
You question the looting. If you're gonna beat a Cable Way, give him another position.